Is the economy doing better?
Look, I have tiptoed through this economy and not even felt it, so bad person to ask, but I'd say you're taking those numbers a little out of context.
Why?
Because
I took it right off the recovery.
No. You do the division. It sounds really bad. I mean, that's what the president of the United States makes.
But just let me defend that real quick. Before he signed that Recovery Act on February 17th, he said, we're going to put it up on the website. We're going to tell you how many jobs we've created and we saved. By the way, this $787 billion is going to create 4 million jobs. Well, then he said it's going to create 3 million jobs. Then he said it's going to save or create 3 million jobs. I'm just using their site.
And that you're absolutely right about, and that is the big mistake by Obama. Surprisingly, the guy who did PR, what I do, so well pre-election. When you set expectations high and you deliver low, you will always lose. Right. You got to manage expectations right out of the gate. He hasn't done that at all.
To look at those numbers.
So, Bob, in that Recovery Act website, there's $88 million that goes to the government of Guam.
The government of Guam.
Well, the Guamese need jobs too.
Wow.
I mean, there's no defending some of this stuff.
No, there is clearly
no
defending. Well, a lot of it comes from the well,
defend that.
But I'm just using the slogan. I'm not going any further than that.
the real defense to it. I'm
Livy.
Where do you live?
Where do I live? You got me all riled up now.
Where do you live? What's the strategy?
You're all riled up out of the gate.
That's what riled up. What state do you live in?
All riled up.
California.
You're in California. You know what we have here in New York City right now? Restaurants have to put the calorie content of everything you order on the menu, if they're a chain, on the menu. Right. Is that a good idea or bad?
I think I'm in favor of choice. And I think if somebody is gobbling down some big burger and they have a heart problem and they should be watching their weight, to look at and visually see what the calories of that are,
doesn't work.
It's a good thing.
Well, for me, it might.
Honestly, I like it because I do watch my weight and I'm very careful about what I eat. And so if I go to a chain, and I do look at that.
But you don't like it. You don't like it in the sense that that's a law that people have to do that.
No, I don't think it should be a law because I don't think they
beliefs.
should make it a law that you can't smoke in restaurants. If I want to have a bar or a restaurant where I allow people to light up and I sell cigars and cigarettes, that's my choice as a business person. What this reminds me of is the whole light bulb thing. They're talking about they're just not going to sell regular light bulbs anymore. The only ones you're going to be able to buy are the energy efficient ones, which all contain mercury. And so 15 years from now, they're all going to be going, how do we get rid of them?
And that's a great point.
They were green to start.
That's a great point. I mean, the law of unintended consequences. Right. I mean, it seems like a great idea now. Then you drive everybody to do something that turns out to be bad in a different way.
You have to call hazmat. They have to come literally in suits to get rid of the mercury.
And what are they going to say about the swine flu shot 10 years from now?
Exactly.
I mean, we don't know.
People with asthma and immune systems and babies whose immune systems are different, to look at the chemicals that are going into household cleaning products. Some of them are in there that could clearly be toxic, but they're not listed as such. And all those chemicals need to be looked at again before they go into a bottle. And if they are going to go into a bottle in our home, like I said, have that big skull and crossbone on there so a parent can go, oh, I'm not going to put this in my house because I do have children. I'm going to choose not to buy this product.
Don't people, I mean,
so that's one component of it.
If you even know about that and you're at the store and you have the choice, you can buy one bottle or the other, and just like people in the grocery store now, they look at ingredients. They never did that a decade ago.
No, they're getting much better at it.
Well, if we have a choice in the cleaning supplies we buy, and we actually know about the ingredients, and at least are educated on it, then we're a step in the right direction, whether or not there's legislation or not.
What's Proposition 65? I don't know. Why don't I know this? It's a joke in California.
But that child's allergic to peanuts.
Right, but like on airplanes, one
when
person's
I grew up,
allergic.
I don't remember this going on, and I don't remember any kids.
Every kid is on medication now for something. None of us wore
seat
belts. I mean, we go on and on about it. We're all fine.
All right, let me read this. Here's an idea. Rick's in Coos Bay, Oregon.
I'm not saying it's good.
Hold on here. He's got an idea. Rick's got a good idea. Why not get a huge plastic bubble and put our kids in it? We can decontaminate all their toys and food before putting them in. The bubble can be made of fireproof material. When they turn 18, we can let them out and they can go on with their lives.
This is my only question about what you do, which I don't get at all, is, to me, whether there's legislation, whether there's government involved, whether there's lobbying expense whatsoever, what you do, what you have the ability to do with events like you're doing right now and with your name and with what you've done with your history is just tell people, go ahead, look on the label, because all these multi-syllable names, some of them are bad for you. You get to pick on your own, you get the choice. So worst case scenario, that's what you do. Worst case scenario.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but no, not worst case. You can't discount the cost, Bob.
No, I'm not discounting the cost.
Doing all the testing, relabeling
But he's not talking
everything.
about. He's just saying
I'm just saying people ought to know, and that's what she does.
Yeah, but
That's
once
all.
you educate, and once you say, okay, XYZ chemical is in 14 different home cleaners, then guess what the next thing is? Erin Brockovich, God love her soul, is going to be out there going, you know what, now we need every label of every chemical containing, every compound containing that chemical will have to be relabeled, right?
See, but you know,
Can I just read this?
out here.
I want you guys to arm wrestle. He arm wrestles.
My dad used to say, eat some dirt, it'll make you strong. What are you, some kind of rocket scientist? Oh, wait a minute, you are a rocket scientist.
You need some coffee before you go on.
We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna leave it there. Erin Brockovich, thank you very much.
Before I come on TV?
You got to find out if there's anything bad in the coffee over there. I'm not really sure if there's asbestos in the coffee or something.
You know what?
Leave letting him get away with that.
Erin Brockovich, where can they sign up?
Go to www.millionbabycrawl.com.
How far do the babies have to crawl?
All the way to Washington.
What do you think, Erin Brockovich? We got a ton of emails saying, you know what, let the parents be parents instead of having everyone tell us what we should and shouldn't let our kids do.
I think, I totally agree with that. But what I believe is
You
that...
do not.
Yes, I do.
When Erin was here, you were all scared. You were
I know.
like,
Are you kidding me? She's screaming. I'm afraid of her.
No, she could take him.
She's still going. She's still here. She's still here. I knew it.
See, he's backtracking again.
Hey, you're not here anymore. I can stab you in the back.
She's coming. Eric, flip-flop again.
I'm leaving him out here. No. All I was saying is that I really don't know enough about this. I would like to. I would like to know more. I buy Windex. I didn't know there's anything wrong with it. I'd like to know. Then I'll make a decision myself.
But my point was, and Bob, to correct me if I'm wrong, how about finding out the things like the well water, the drinking water, what's in there? Is that killing us?
I mean, I got to tell you.
Everybody's looking. Is she there? Is she there?
She's coming at you with a
I don't have a guest. She doesn't need a mic. She's halfway down the hall.
Seriously, I have to say this quickly before she comes back.
Aaron, you have to come back every time you're in New York, all right? That's right, that's right.
What's the rush to leave if you're going to scream halfway down the hall?
I would love to see her focused on that issue, frankly. I mean, I'm going to say issue.
She could almost run for Congress, I would say, with the right,
absolutely,
in the right place. And by the way, California has enough problems. They could probably use someone with that much.
She's the most passionate person. No, that's great.
She's picking her. I mean, clearly she's going to pick whatever issue she wants to pick to be involved in, and clearly she's an articulate and passionate spokesperson for whatever she gets involved in. And I don't know, for us to judge what's more important. I mean,
but there's two things about this issue. Number one, politicians love it because it's for the children. So who's going to say no for that? Because it's for the children.
Sorry, Erin, but they made it for the children.
And so politicians are going to jump on it. And the second thing about it is it just reminds me of, well...
Turno will die on the sidelines.
I hope so.
Where he should die.
He would.
Not now.
Right. Yeah.
My dad went to Penn State. When my dad was at Penn, no, not this year. At least I hope. When my dad went to Penn State, he was the coach. He's still there. That's
how about more awareness of the poison alcohol in whiskey? It works on a person over time also.
There you go.
That's from
there you go.
Haji Bobby.
That supports
Haji
your
Bobby.
Yeah, that's...
All right, I lose. She's gone. I'm on my own. Screw it.